Good morning, friends. Hello, hello. I've got T with me here for moral support. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to come on. I want to thank so many people for reaching out to me yesterday with prayers and words of comfort. And so I'm Donna. Welcome to my channel. If you've never been here before, as you can see in my title, COVID is keeping me from my daughter. Some of you may know that Angelina was experiencing some abdominal pain. It's been going on for a while, and I did take her to the pediatrician, and they ruled out that it was a
not a hernia.
They ruled out that it was not a hernia, and she was scheduled for an ultrasound for Thursday to have an ultrasound, but she came home from a weekend being away and playing volleyball with college, and she said that the second day she couldn't play because it hurt so much. So I decided to take her yesterday to the emergency room just to try to get some answers because it was protruding on her stomach. There was a protrusion where the discomfort was, and they wouldn't let me in with her. She's 18 years old, and they consider you an adult at 18 years old. So I had to wait outside, and she had to fend for herself, which at 18 years old, how can a child advocate for themselves? I just don't understand it. They wouldn't even make exceptions for me. So I sat in the car in the parking lot of the hospital for 9 hours yesterday while she was inside. And she would call me and say, they want me to drink this. And I'd say, call the nurse. And at one point it was the contrast that they wanted to give her for her CAT scan. And so they did a CAT scan, and they determined that she has a hematoma that's about 5 inches long on her abdomen muscle, and they don't know. They asked her if she ever had any trauma, and they said that maybe it could have been from just doing crunches, working out. She works out a lot, and she's at the gym a lot. And then she told me that there was a point of interest on her pancreas. And I thought I never wanted to hear that word again the rest of my life, right? You know, my son died of pancreatic cancer. So right now they're calling it a nodule. So they admitted her. Her blood levels are low but within range. So that's a good thing, because usually if you have cancer, your white blood cells are low. So, but they're within range. So they admitted her. They finally let me come in at about 11 o'clock last night. We got there about 1. The nurse made an exception and let me come in with her. And I stayed with her until they took her about 1:15. Then I stayed in the parking lot of the hospital, hoping that she could convince the nurses to let me come in. And like T said to me this morning, they could have just done a rapid test, COVID test for me, and let me spend the night with my daughter, but they didn't. So I stayed in the parking lot until about 2:15, and she finally told me just to go home, which I did. And so they're doing today they're doing an MRI with contrast to see what this point of interest. They're calling it a nodule, and it's on the tail of the pancreas. And I did get to speak to the internist, the doctor. I have not spoken to a surgeon yet. And the internist said it's in a really bad spot of the pancreas. It's going to be up to the doctor, the surgeon, as to what they're going to do with it. They don't know what it is yet. They're just calling it a nodule. And I screamed at the nurse.
And like I said, it's unfortunately it's not her rule.
No, it's Tenet Hospital. They it's the hospital rule. If she was under the age of 18, they would have maybe let me stay with her. But since she was 18 and because of COVID, they wouldn't let me stay with her. So they wheeled her away. And she said to me, Mama, I'm scared. I said, I'm scared too, baby. There's something I can do. Hospital rules.
Everyone keeps typing in the chat. Maybe this is something you need to look at. I saw Christopher N's TW put about a medical power of attorney. She can name you.
I'm going to call the hospital and get a patient advocate today. As soon as I hear something, I just spoke to her. They took blood from her a couple of times overnight. And she said that the nurse came in and said that they were waiting to get word to scan her. And they said that after they scan her, since she's not in pain, she's in pain, but she has a really high threshold of pain like I do. She's not on any pain medicine. They're letting her eat a regular diet. We'll know more today. We just have to wait for the test results to come back, and it's going to be up to the surgeon whether or not he's going to let the hematoma dissipate or whether he's going to want to remove it. I don't want her to have surgery in reference to the hematoma. They don't know if they're related or if it's just by coincidence that the hematoma brought her into the hospital and they found this nodule on the tail of her pancreas. Anytime there's any kind of pancreas involvement, it's not good. It's not good. I asked the doctor if she could have been born with it or if it's something that maybe just happened. And Massimo, I'll call you right back, honey. No, I haven't heard anything. They're waiting for her to be scanned. I'll call you back, honey. The doctor even said that he said he doesn't know if they're related. He said, but maybe it's by the grace of God that she got the hematoma, if they are unrelated, so that they found this nodule on her pancreas. He said he doesn't know if the surgeon is going to want to go biopsy it because it's in a very, it's in a bad spot. And I know with Denali, when they found the tumor on his pancreas, they had to go in down his throat and into his stomach, and they had to make an incision in his stomach, and they had to biopsy the tumor that way. So we're just waiting. Massimo?
What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm okay, honey. I'm okay.
Why are you crying?
Because I'm scared. I'm okay, honey. All right, I love you.
You're making a lot of people nervous. I hope you know that.
Okay. I love you.
Crying so much.
She's my kids are incredible. She was comforting me last night. Because oh, my son. Honey, I gotta go. I'll call you back.
Keep hanging up on me.
I know, because I'm live. I'll call you back. Donnie says it's crazy how you can be home with someone that has COVID, but you can't support them while they're in the hospital. That's stupid. I don't understand it. I don't understand why, like T said, they couldn't have just given me a rapid test.
You
And
know what?
with my
Yesterday
18-year-old daughter.
I told you it didn't matter if I was vaccinated or not. I still had to have a rapid COVID test, and it would only be to walk my husband up to be admitted into the hospital, and then I'd have to leave and go to the parking lot and wait 6 hours anyway. So I don't understand it. Well, and I don't think any hospitals or any, I think they're all pretty much the same. Nobody has COVID. So no, Saxton, nobody has COVID, honey.
Nobody has COVID. They didn't even test her for COVID. They didn't test me for COVID. That wasn't even even a concern of theirs yesterday. It was the nodule on the pancreas and the hematoma.
I mean, I laugh because yesterday I told you in the news with this whole COVID thing, 53-year-old man here in New York without any underlying conditions, fully vaccinated, works in the theater district. He won an Academy or something for one of his shows. He died of COVID yesterday. It's so crazy.
So,
well, Jenny, I think what they're worried about too is, God forbid, if Donna had it, but that's why give her a test. Test her.
my phone is kind of involved in Chezzy's senior night and making baskets and stuff. So all the parents I get it texting me about.
When is that for, Donna?
It's for volleyball. It's they have senior night, and
No, when is it? When is it?
Oh, the 11th.
Oh, okay.
It's the 11th, and I'm responsible for putting them all together. And so I don't have any answers, you guys. I just gotta wait. I just gotta wait and try to keep it together as a parent and try to be strong. Like I said, she and the other children are so much stronger than I am. Ricky's a nervous wreck. He hates hospitals and he hates doctors and he hates nurses after what we've been through with Denali. So it's kind of all on my shoulders. He wouldn't even come last night. There was no reason for him to come because I was sitting in the truck in the parking lot. So I told him not to come. Because he hates to see me upset and I hate to see him upset. And it's very, very hard when you lose a child. When one spouse starts to cry, the other one does. So you're not like, very hard. You can't like support each other. It's very, very difficult. So I've been crying a lot. Can't stop crying. The hematoma, I can deal with. A lot of people have had hematomas and that, will dissipate. She just can't do any kind of physical activity. The doctor said it could take anywhere from 6 weeks to 6 months. So that's fine. That's fine. She just will not be able to play volleyball. And
her health comes first, and that's more important.
That's fine. Her coaches were texting like crazy last night. Her coaches at the college are very, very concerned. And, you guys have seen her play. She's a superstar. She's the star. She's a star of the team. And that's fine. We just have to figure out what this nodule is. Like I said, the doctors don't know if she was born with it or if it's something that is there and growing. And we're just waiting for the scans now to see if what the surgeon is going to want to do with it. They told me that they're going to scan her and they're going to check her hemoglobin today and make sure that the hematoma is not being fed by her hemoglobin. If it is being fed, they may have to remove it surgically. And as far as the nodule on the pancreas, the internist said we may have to follow up with a GI doctor. They don't know. They don't know. They are not giving me any answers yet. It's still too soon. I've got a child in the hospital who's 18 years old, who knows nothing about medical. I know a lot because of what I went through with Denali. I kind of know what kind of questions to ask. She's 18 and has to fend for herself. I had to leave her. I'm not the type of mom that just leaves a child. I said to the nurse yesterday, I said, how would you like it if you had an 18-year-old and the hospital told you you had to leave your 18-year-old daughter who had a nodule on her pancreas to fend for herself in the hospital? And I upset her. And I apologize to that nurse because it's not her fault.
No, like I said, she doesn't make the rules, unfortunately. We tend to take things out on people who aren't responsible.
I yelled at her. I feel bad that I did. I was so upset and so angry. Imagine sitting in your car for 9 hours and then them finally letting me into the emergency room to be with her for an hour and a half before they wheeled her away. And all the while she was, trying to comfort me and telling me it's going to be okay, Mama. It's okay. Don't cry. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Anything that has to do with the pancreas, you guys, is not good. It's never good.
Okay.
So I will keep you guys up to date. I'll keep you posted. I am here at the cottage. I am going to do some shipping. Try to keep my mind off of things. And I have a hole in my heart right now. And I have to be careful because, I did have a stroke 2 years ago from just being under so much pressure. And
yeah, Erica, she has. And thank you. I see everyone saying hi, and thank you everyone for coming in. Thank you.
I did a post on my Facebook page and on my YouTube page. My Facebook page, mostly all the people on my Facebook page are my high school friends and my family and old friends. So I wanted to kind of give everybody an update. I appreciate everybody that reached out to me, and I'm sorry that I haven't responded to everyone. That's why I decided to just go live, and thank you, T, for coming on for support with me.
Of course. I mean, but believe me, I wish I could fly there and give you a big hug, but I'm in such a mess here myself that I can't go anywhere. In fact, guys, I'm not leaving Long Island for a couple of days, FYI.
It could be a benign cyst. Let's hope. Yes, Dominic.
Yes, of course.
That's what we hope for. That's what we pray and hope for. Unfortunately, I don't think that they will know that unless they go in and biopsy it. And according to the internist yesterday, it's in a really bad spot to go in and biopsy. But he said, I don't want to speak out of term. He says, you need to talk to the surgeon about that. So he seemed concerned. You can tell when a doctor is concerned. I've seen that concerned look on doctors' faces before. It's not a good look. So
Thank you, Pam. Of course, honey.
that's my update. I don't have anything else. I'm just waiting. I'm just gonna go try to work. And she's in really good spirits, you guys. She's my superstar. All my kids are. My kids are all superstars. My kids are really strong. They've watched their mother cry from a broken heart for the past 13 years, and they've always been so strong and always have been such a great support. And I will, Dominic. I'll get copies of the scans.
Guys, please don't delete or time anybody out.
Did someone say something bad?
I don't think so. It's Gloria. You just didn't wrench her yet. I think she was just putting a definition in the chat.
Thank you, Glenn. I will pace myself. Unfortunately, the best thing for me is hard work. That's what keeps my mind off of things. I'm not one to sit back and, some people say take some time for yourself. That's, for me, it doesn't work. It's the worst time. That's when I get caught up in my thoughts. And I was telling T when she said to me yesterday when they were wheeling her away, Mama, I'm scared. It just brings back horrible memories. I don't want to give in to post-traumatic stress, but I remember Denali saying to me, Mama, I'm scared. Why aren't you helping me? And there was nothing left that we could do to help him. So to hear my daughter say, Mama, I'm scared, it was very scary for me last night. It brings back all those horrible memories. I've already been through so much. And let's just hope that I'm going to look back at this tomorrow and say, you guys, it was nothing. But right now, as we sit and stand here, it's scary and it's horrible. And no parent should have to go through this twice. Never mind once.
No.
Twice. So we'll get through the day, and I promise you I'll come on and give you another update as soon as I hear anything from the surgeon, or if they will allow me to go there, or if they'll let me pick her up. So that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. And thank you, T, for coming on with me.
I'm always here for you. I wish I could be there for you. You know that.
I'm a hot mess right now. I don't want anybody around me. When I feel like this, I don't want hugs. I don't want anything. So, yeah, I just got to get through it. Got to get through it. And by the grace of God, I will. Just
thanks, guys.
I hate to say pray for me because so many people prayed for us when Denali was sick and prayers didn't work. But pray for us that this is hopefully this is I pray to God right now that I'm making a really big deal out of nothing. That's what I'm praying for. That I'm making a really big deal out of nothing. That's all I can hope for right now. That's my hope. that I came on and I was all dramatic about nothing. I hope my next video I come on and I say, you guys, all those tears and all that drama, it was nothing. It was nothing. It was a mistake. It was just a blemish in the scans. They made a mistake. They made a mistake. That's what I hope for. That's what I'm praying for. That they just made a mistake. And it was just a blemish in the scans. And we're just dealing with a hematoma, which we can deal with. Right?
Yep.
They just made a mistake. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. And I don't know if T's going to do an auction today. I will not be coming on with her. I won't be able to stay away from auctions for very long because I have responsibilities. And responsibilities don't care if your daughter is in the hospital or not. So I am going to have to get my shit together. And it's going to have to be business as usual soon. Because I have to continue to make money. I'll let you know at the end of the day what's going on. All right. I love you guys.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you soon.